All right, Jolene, were you about to say something?
No, I didn't realize I was unmuted.
Oh, there you
That's how
go.
I responded. Yes, just same as everyone. Life is busy.
Life is busy. My
Yeah.
oil story for the week, and if anybody else has one, I'll open up the floor in a minute. I've not been sleeping well with all of the stress in my life, and that's not a normal occurrence for me. I'm somebody who sleeps like a rock most of the time, and I think sometimes we have experiences so that we can understand what other people go through. And I just haven't been sleeping so much to the point that a couple of nights ago, I even had a panic attack. Haven't had one of those in a long time, or an anxiety attack. For me, it seems to always happen when I'm laying down in bed and my heart just starts racing and I have to sit up and take a lot of deep breaths and take quite a while to calm down. And doggone it, that night I was so tired. I knew I was going to sleep and then I didn't sleep again. So the next night I pulled out my new Serenity sleep system. I'd just been feeling like a cloud was over my head. I couldn't function. A lot of empathy for people who go through this a lot of the time. And I used the sleep system, not only the new valerian stick on my feet, Serenity and the diffuser, and the new Serenity pills, but Sherry gave me her best tips, which are a drop of copaiba under the tongue, tastes terrible, and a drop of vetiver on my big toe. And so I did all of those things, and the last 2 nights I have just slept so well, so deep.
Would you repeat that, please? That
Yes.
sounds like a good
A good
concoction.
combination. Yep.
Yeah,
Serenity,
combination. That's a better word.
Serenity in the diffuser, and then the new Serenity soft gels, which have natural melatonin from tart cherry in it. So new Serenity soft gels, and then the Serenity stick, the purple Serenity stick that has valerium in it, put on the bottoms of the feet. On the toe, I put a drop of vetiver. Now, vetivers are oil that is the slowest coming out oil there is. And so you can actually put it on your thumb because it's just one drop of really ooey gooey oil. And I put it right on my thumb and got another drop and put it, I'm sorry, on my big toe, put another drop on my other big toe. And then
Do you put it on the
underside of the big toe. Yep, that's where the pores get into your body. Thank you. That's good distinction. And then a drop of copaiba under the tongue. It just doesn't taste great to me. I can't imagine anybody likes the taste of it, but I just know it's doing me some good. And I do one more thing. I actually put some Serenity into a water spray bottle and I spray my pillow so that when I lay down, I'm just enveloped with the smell of Serenity. And so those things are, boy, the last 2 nights I had slept well. I even put on my Fitbit last night to be able to track my sleep so that I could look at it. I'm going to wear that. I don't like wearing a watch at night, so I don't do it on a regular basis, but I'm going to do it on a regular basis for a little bit, see if I can see how we're doing. Anyway, I'm suggesting those things to everybody. Interesting to me that a sleep system comes out right when I'm unusually having problems with sleeping. So very thankful for a good night's sleep. Made all the difference. Anybody else have a story they'd like to share or something they'd like to share? All right. I'm going to share one more then. I know I always have plenty of stories to share. I have a little granddaughter staying with me and she's been teething and she's tugged at her ear a little bit, but she's had a little bit of a fever. We're pretty sure it has to do with teething. And she's just been so cranky. And we pulled out the tea tree touch yesterday and we started putting it behind her ears. Now, I have literally had grown people in my house that are saying, yeah, I have an earache or an ear infection or ear something. They've put basil or tea tree around their ears with a cotton ball, and it has helped them with the pain within 15 minutes. So we started doing that for the baby yesterday. She's about 11 months old, on the backs of her ears. I think Rose did it probably 3 or 4 times yesterday, and just a different baby. So happy. So another quick fix for when anything going on with the ears. Tea tree or basil are really good things for the ears. All right, we have a great, yes.
You said basil or what behind the ears?
Tea tree used to be called
Tea tree.
Melaleuca. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yep. So it can be either one because doTERRA's older branding was Melaleuca, and now they've gone to the more well-known name of tea tree. So it could be either one. Oh, here we got a couple more. All right, we're going to get started with our class today. And I probably should have waited for that ear story because you're probably going to talk about babies a little bit. And but oils are for every age, and Jolene has prepared a wonderful lesson for us. So we're going to turn time over to Jolene in a library in her home in Utah, no, in her city in Utah. I guess you got a lot going on at your house. So turn time over to you, to Jolene.
And you're welcome to share that story again when we do the kids, because that's so worth telling. But it's not just for kids either. That is also true of adults, and which is right in what we're talking about is oils for every age. And you'll see that there are several that cross all the lines even as well. So happy to be here today. There is a lot going on at my house. I have a son and a daughter, both working from my downstairs office, and my husband and my grandson are doing homeschool at the kitchen table. And so I could go home because I wanted to have all the oils out to show you instead of just pictures. But it would put me out on the back patio, and I'm not sure how I would set that up. So the library here is kind of fun. It doesn't even open until 12 or 1 o'clock, depending on what day. And so, but there's no doors because it's the city offices here too. And so they let me just come in and be able to use the library. And so there's been many times I've come here for the quiet and for the space. And so the only glitch is that if I'm on a hot spot right now. And so if I lose it, I'll have to come back on, but Shalene's ready to cover that part of it. So,
Good.
so I'm going to probably share the screen more this time than what I would really like to, because so you can see the product. So I'm going to try to go a lot in and out with that because I like the face-to-face. And I feel like that you can, you feel freer to make comments because I can see you going, I have something. And that's, of course, what we want, because at these kind of meetings, sharing what we are learning and what we're doing is what makes this worth coming to live. And so want to make sure that you know how much we appreciate you coming and doing that. So let's see. I'm sharing.
Yep, it's working.
Nope, that's what I sent you.
Maybe the second
did
tab
have
in
it
the
up.
middle. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so oils for every age. And there's been a couple of you guys who have seen some of this with me. And so please jump in and add if there's something like that you heard before, like wanted to have. But the number one thing that we want everyone to realize and understand is that the oils are safe for absolutely every age. For babies in utero, clear through till the very end of life, there are oils for every part, and they're completely 100% safe to use. And so that's, having that knowledge is extremely comforting for me with all of this. Okay, so we're going to start with pregnancy. And because most of us are not close to this stage right now, I have kids that are still having babies. So the main thing that I wanted to point out here with pregnancy is the lifelong vitality and how much that can add, because like my daughter that's pregnant right now, she's pregnant with twins, and eating is probably the hardest thing for her. She's also gluten intolerant and dairy free, so that adds all of the more stress when you have a family. And we know that taking the lifelong vitality, she can get that into her system and it helps supports her when she has so many other struggles with nutrition. And then the MetaPower that we have out, we talk a lot about it for a lot of different things, but why for pregnancy? Well, it helps with nausea. It helps with swelling. It helps with just your whole body being able to metabolize a whole lot better. And so even if it's just the oil that you use to rub on your feet or put in your water, then that's good. But we know how much the collagen supports this kind of thing as well. And then Shaleen already kind of brought up copaiba and why that would be good for pregnancy is because it just helps so much with all the discomfort with inflammation. And I hadn't remembered this because it's not my stage of life, but can actually help boost breast milk while you're nursing. It's kind of huge for a lot of people. Sarah's going to have a challenge with that, nursing twins, and she is going to nurse both of them if everything goes right. Okay, so for infant babies, this is just kind of a snapshot here, but did you know that myrrh, remember when they brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the Christ child? Myrrh is really big for babies and for that stage. Even putting on the umbilical cord for the healing is like a liquid Band-Aid for that. Isn't that incredible?
That's so cool.
It kind of makes you want to go look more about what myrrh is. Then to point out about the unscented lotion that we have. This is good for every age because you have just the pure lotion and you can put whatever oil it is you want with it. So I don't put it in my whole tube. I put what I'm going to use, and then I put the oil that I want to use with it, and then I rub it together and use it. And so to know that you can do that with the babies, you can do it with the elderly. I hadn't thought about it before, but my mom will let me rub her back, and she's having a harder and harder time with her aging. And but I could get those oils on her with this lotion and a drop of even lavender or serenity to help her as she's like more and more agitated about not remembering things. So kind of go the ages. And then we're going to talk in the next slide about the children's kit, but the one that you really want to get out for the babies is this tamer to help with digestive issues, which it's weird that they start having digestive issues so early in life, but that's the age that we live in. Any questions or comments about pregnancy and infants? Okay. And you can also share stories if something comes up here. Okay, from kids from 2 and up, did you know at that age, using PB Assist is like totally recommended? We don't get the probiotics and the prebiotics and all of that to help our biome in our body. And so at this young age, and who's tried this before?
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone happened to try it? You guys, I want to have it at every the PB Assist.
Yeah,
it's for every
I'm
age.
using it.
Yeah.
I'm using
Don't you
it.
love the taste of it?
Oh,
And-
I've been
and,
using the capsule.
Yeah, they've got
Okay,
the-
well that's the PB Restore.
Oh,
And so yeah,
sorry.
and so no, that's okay. That's good because we'll bring that in on the next slide as well. But the PB Assist and the Restore have different strains of the probiotic, prebiotic, and the different parts. And if you want, I have a slide that kind of shows what the differences are. And so the PB Assist Junior that is what we have had. This one has billions of more probiotics and stuff, not billions, but a lot that make it way even more effective. And it is recommended for adults as well to take with the Restore.
And the stick here is kind of like a pixie stick. Of course, it's natural, but my 2-year-old grandson yesterday just loved it. He's got a few things going on, and he is all about it. So little ones can go for it.
They will. And if and you can also add it to their cereal, like the sugar on their cereal, or, you know, however it is that they might like to get it in. But it's kind of been a game changer. So, okay, so the kids kit, if you have kids or you have grandkids that you're looking for something for, or this one was ingeniously put together. And I wish I could go back and find the commercial that they had when the kids were coming up with they need to do something for us. And then they kind of came up with this kit that they wanted. It was adorable. But so it comes, if you buy the whole packet all together, it comes in the white packet back there. And then it has the lids that you can put on top of the bottles, so you can hook it to their backpack, or to their belt, or to your purse, or whatever. And so it's really easy to keep it that way. And then the cards to the side, the kids can look up the oil that they want, say, this is how I'm feeling. And they can look at it and see why they would want to use which oil, and they're all color coded. So it just makes it a lot of fun. And you know, I have a lot of grandkids, but I have one that's lived with us for a long time of his life. And when this came out, he insisted he had his own, and he still has it. He still goes to it, and he still uses it. And he's 11 years old now.
Awesome.
So if you're thinking of Christmas or baby gift or anything like that, this is one that I would give any mom or any kid that had any interest of taking charge of their own. Okay. For adolescents, I want you to see that we're going to start putting in more of the lifelong vitality, and then the PB Restore and the PB Assist. As adolescents, they can start taking this at that age. For the teenagers, you'd want to do a half a dose of the lifelong vitality. But of the PB Assist, you can do one each day, and one of the sachets each day for those. So think about those if you have those in your life right now. For the teens, processing emotions is a big thing. And so that's a lot of times where some of this adaptive comes in with the roller bottle and being able to diffuse it. Like if you have a teen, like I wish I had this while I was homeschooling, but I could put, when at that time, I'd use a different blend, but to put adaptive in the diffuser for whatever mood's going on in the house, just kind of tones the whole thing down a little bit. It makes it easier. So you might even think about that in situations that you have, that you'd like the tone to come down a little bit in your house, to a little bit more stability, to diffuse that when you know that that's going to be happening. And then the adolescents are always really starting that skin issues. And so this is just one of the systems that they have. It's specifically kind of balanced for teenagers, but there are other ones out there too that you might want to look at. Shalene, do you have anything to add to that?
I just wanted to say that I've come across so many teens who have success, even with just a few oils, where they'll put a drop or use the HG Clear roll-on and put it on their finger to drop it on. Because if you use the roll-on on places where some of the oils from the skin can roll back up into the roll-on, yes, it's antibacterial in there, but I think it's still safer for acne to roll it on a finger and tap it where it's needed. And they've had such great success. So to me, that's self-esteem building. It's worth it, and it's all natural.
Yeah. And then that same with the Clary Calm. That one is a lot for hormone, not just for facial, but for that time of the month for the girls. So they can use that. They can take it to school and be able to use it during that time for natural support.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one is adults. That's all of us. And so you can see that there's a lot here that we've talked about. And I want you to look at them and see what ones you are using, what ones you have questions about. I think that we've talked a lot about the lifelong vitality and how important that is. And then you've heard me talk a lot in the past year about the MetaPower. I use the whole system, but if you only do one, it would be the collagen that I have pictured here. It helps with your metabolic health in energy, in brain function, focus, energy. We could probably get a couple of stories from everyone on this one. Shalene, did you have one?
Well, I just think I've started taking it at night, and I also saw something because it's supposed to help you sleep better. So now I've told you I had a rough time sleeping, but for the week or two when I started taking it at night, boy, did I sleep deeper. Then I had a hailstorm that ruined my house and my cars and a lot of other things going on. But I'm taking that at night now. But I also saw recently where a video said, make sure you take it in cold water. I thought it was always said, just don't take it in hot water. So I would suggest cold water. I guess it helps activate everything that's in there the best for our bodies.
Now, which form are you talking about?
I'm talking about MetaPower, the orange product here that comes in little sachets. So it's a collagen product. And I always thought collagen was just for our skin, but doTERRA put 9 kinds of collagen in it. It is good for our brains and our muscles and our joints. My joints have stopped hurting. It's for so much. I feel like my body's getting the things it stopped making when I was 25. And I just love that. I feel like the clock's going backwards as I use MetaPower.
Well, there's different versions of it, and that's why I'm asking which version you're taking at night.
This one's the Advantage Collagen product. I don't take the Assist on a regular basis or the beadlets or the gum. It's just not my thing, but I do use the oil to help curb cravings and put it in my water during the day. And I take this collagen product every day. I agree.
And you take that at night?
Yep. And Jolene, I agree. If you're going to do one, it's definitely the collagen.
Yeah.
And that's
So
the one
Shalene,
I haven't done.
Yeah. And so Shalene has taken it at night. I wake up first thing in the morning, and that's what I want to go to. And then a lot of times I will take it at night as well, just because I feel like I want it. And it does make a difference in my sleep as well, in the quality. So yeah, this is that one has been a game changer for me. Anyway, we can go into more about that. If you have more questions and want more detail, let me or Shalene know, because we can give you more than what you want. So, and then the ones that we're just kind of touching on, and some of you guys will come to a class with me later on in the month where I'm going to talk about all of the products that came out at convention. And this is one of them, was a PB Restore and the Assist. And we'll go into more detail about that. But the short story is that it is your probiotic, prebiotic, postbiotic, all of that in together. And it's extremely bioavailable. Say that right. The capsule comes in the dual capsule, just like the other PB did. I can't even remember the PB Assist. Nope, it was the pill. Anyway, so that the oil part dissolves in the upper intestines, and the active powder of the probiotics are delivered to your lower intestines, so they remain alive. What's always been hard in a lot of the probiotics that are out there is that it doesn't survive the heat of the digestion in the upper intestine, and it kills them before it gets down to the lower intestine. And so that's like a huge thing with the delivery system on that. So the other couple of things that are on this slide, and I wanted them up here for this specifically, is the DDR prime and the frankincense for especially the ages that are on here tonight. The DDR prime works on a cellular level in helping to rebuild the cells, and it helps with brain function and with memory, those kind, and the frankincense kind of makes everything better. Shalene, I know that you could explain those two better.
Well, I just know
like,
that My experience with DDR prime and frankincense are just brain. It just supports the brain. They can get past the blood-brain barrier. And so when a cell is saying, what is this medicine coming? And I don't get it. I'm not going to let it in. But when it's something natural, it lets it in, and then it can help and support. And so the people I know that have brain issues are getting the most help from DDR prime and frankincense. We all are going to have brain issues the older we get. Our brains are aging, and we need that help and support too. So you can always do it on a daily preventative basis.
So recently I've had a couple of really close friends develop cancer. Like, it's gone to the stage 3 and 4 before they even knew that it was a thing, an issue. And as I've done my research and been helping them out, these are the 2 biggest things that if there's only 2 things that they could do, it would be the DDR prime and the frankincense to help with the cancer. And these are 2 that I take on a regular basis in a gel capsule. I don't like a lot of stuff right under my tongue, and I take several drops of things every day. These are 2 until the one that came Sunday and said that she was just diagnosed with stage 4. Hers is breast cancer. I guess both of them, my friends are both breast cancer, but totally different ages. And so I says, and she had just gotten it. And I says, I have stuff at home, and I gave her my frankincense. So guess what's on my order that I'm picking up tomorrow when I go up north? Because when you have gold like that, you can't help but share it with those that need it so badly. And this other friend that I have in Houston, she's my oldest son's age. She has 2 little kids. And so we're getting her all of those oils. Jolene and I have been getting a list of oils together and trying to send them to her to help her. Because you know what medical costs are like during that time. But these 2, we're sending several bottles of them as well as lots of other stuff. So anyway, lemon is really good in your water. That's your easiest thing that you can do, you guys, is you get the water that you're supposed to drink during the day, put a drop or 2 of lemon in it and let that do its natural cleansing for your body. And then I don't want to leave out the Terrazyme and how important that is in digesting our food. It really gets stuck in our intestines, and it's really hard on our bodies. And so when you can, the Terrazyme helps to break down those carbs so it can be more easily ingested in your body. Or
Jolene?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hi, yes, either Jolene or Shaleen. With the frankincense, I have the oil. Do you just put it on the bottoms of your feet? And if so, how many times a day?
Yeah, I would suggest that when you don't know what to do with any oil, put it on the bottoms of the feet. If it's cramps, you're going to want the Claricalm right where the cramps are. If you're having a headache, you're going to want to put the oils here and on the back of your neck stem. And when you don't know what to do and you just want it in your system, put a drop in your bottom of your hand. And I would put a little fractionated coconut oil with it, because it's been proven that that helps the oil get into your system better. And then rub it on the bottoms of your feet. And preventatively, I would do it once a day. If it was my sister who's going through brain cancer, I would be doing it 5 times a day. So when a problem's chronic, you do. And when it's preventative, once or twice a day, depending on what you want, is what I would do.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to reiterate what she was saying about then do it all throughout the day. A little, several times a day is better than a lot once or twice. Okay. And were you asking about the frankincense? Yeah. Is that one that?
Yes.
Was that the one? Okay. Wanted to make sure. So even through doTERRA, you can get these veggie capsule or gel capsules that, you know, come apart and you can put your own oil in it. And so I do frankincense that way. And so every morning when I get up and start the day, I put frankincense and DDR prime, and then usually a drop of Melissa. Those are my 3 go-to in the mornings. Wow. And then I'll put anything else that I'm feeling if it's a high infectious day that my kids are getting sick, or I'm going out, you know, to the nursing home or whatever. then I'll put 3 drops of On Guard in there. And so I just kind of make up what it's your own personal medicine cabinet. And that's how I use them. And that's how I'm having my friends use them, is internally like that. And then also, as Shaleen was saying, is that when you just want those oils on you, just sit and think for a minute, where is that feeling coming from? Do I feel it on my chest? Do I feel it in my head? Do I feel it, and then put the oils where you're feeling that need of it. So when I work a lot with emotions, and we talk a lot about how to use those oils with how you're feeling. And so it's a powerful way to do that as well. Any other questions? Okay, we're almost there. So there's 2 slides up here, so I'm going past one real quick, but just to remember to use your oils in all 3 ways. You have access to them. They're powerful in all of these ways. I know people wonder, I can take it internally. Can I do too much, too little, whatever. You can ideally easily use 24 drops of oils internally if you want to. Now, I don't quite make 24 unless I'm sick, but you can use these oils. 24 is a lot of drops because, frankincense in my capsule, I use 1. Sometimes 2 when I don't lift it up fast enough. Okay, any questions about that? Okay, these are just kind of some reminders about any of the oils you can use in the diffuser. You don't want to use one that has fractionated coconut oil in it. So you want to use the whole oil in your diffuser. Topically, it's really nice to have the roll-ons, and they have the fractionated coconut oil in it. And then internally, your citrus oils are the ones that most people go to. So those are a really easy one for the cleansing and that part. There's also some oils like the Metapower that you can use in your water. But most people go to the citrus oils, but don't overuse. Okay, so this one is my age.
I like the name, the
yes,
glory years.
What did that mean?
Glory years. I love it.
And so, yep. And so I want you to see that the ones that are seeing us like all the way through our life is that lifelong vitality, the Metapower, and the probiotics. So those are huge. And then Shaleen mentioned a little bit about the fractionated coconut oil. When you think about, do I use that? Why would I use it? So like my first thought in picturing it is, if you're using like Deep Blue and you sprained your elbow, let's say, if you just put the Deep Blue on, then it's effective, but it'll disseminate really fast into the air. If you use fractionated coconut oil with that Deep Blue, it holds it in place while it lets it goes down deeper before it assembles, and then it goes into the body before it goes more into the air. Does that make sense? Yep. It's kind of an ingenious thing.
It is. It's a great delivery system. It just helps the oils get to and stay in our body better.
Okay. And then the turmeric, I think, for normal aging is a big one for this stage of our life, because the pain and inflammation come for no reason. And the copaiba or the turmeric is one that helps with that. Okay.
Good.
And that also comes in a dual delivery system like the PB Restore. Okay. And that's what we have.
Woohoo! Such good information. Did anybody learn anything today? Yep. I find that it doesn't matter how many times I come to even the same class, there's always something shared that I go away with. I don't take my oils internally. I take my lifelong vitality, but I don't take time to put drops into a capsule very often. And I think I'd rather, because I'm in a hurry, throw it under my tongue. But as you shared that story, I just thought, boy, think of the benefit I would get if I would take that minute every morning to just take a few of those wonderful oils and give it to myself every day. So thank you for that encouragement. And I hope you all have a natural week, a wonderful week using your oils and asking questions of us if you have any questions. And please just keep enjoying, and thanks for coming, guys. Next week, you'll get to hear from me all about our skin and the wonderful things that oils does for our skin. Yes.
I'm just going to throw in, make everyone jealous. Ann and I get to go to the Reclaim Your Health that Sherry is doing up in Layton tomorrow.
You luckies. Oh, I want to hear all about that.
There.
That
Yeah, but
awesome.
maybe we can share, Ann, next time.
Okay.
That'd be great. I'm actually doing a mini Reclaim Your Health along with a freezer food class this Saturday at my house. So if anybody wants to come to my home on Saturday, we're actually going to send you home with a freezer meal. And I am charging $5 for that because I can't provide meals for everybody, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn about freezer food cooking and do some Reclaim Your Health discussion as well. So I love sharing. Thanks for being here, and thanks for eating it up with us. You guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey, what's the word of the class today?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, every age.
Every age. We make it pretty basic.
Yeah, I need to put that on the slides.
Yeah, so we remember. Thank you for the
Yeah, I'll do
reminder.
that.
Every age.
Yep.